God, Mr. Pigeon is the love of my life. Hot mouth knows when I'm on my period.
Hot mouth knows when I'm on my period. No.
I can reach for a well-worn book to give me an escape.
Hello, friends.
Hello, friends.
Today we are doing a season 1 wrap-up thoughts of Miraculous Ladybug, which is one of my favorite shows, but Casey has never seen before until now. And we've been recording reactions, so if you haven't seen those, hopefully they're on the channel.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
We did reactions for Stormy Weather, which is the first episode, and then the Origins Part 1 and 2, and that's all we've recorded reactions to so far.
Yeah.
But Casey has seen the whole of season 1 now.
We watched the whole season 1. We didn't record for all of season 1 because it was a lot of work. There's a lot of episodes. There's 26 episodes.
It's a lot to record for all of them, but
Yeah.
we've picked some to do, so.
Yeah.
Hello friends, a disheveled editing Brie here, just to remind you, please don't put any spoilers for the show in the comments. While I have seen the entire show many times, this is Casey's first time watching the show, so please don't put any spoilers beyond season 1 on this video and for any of the reactions going forward, because Casey and I do both run this channel together. We will both see the comments, and we don't want to spoil her for things. She's already been spoiled for some things, obviously, because I've been ranting about the show for years, and she remembers some things, but like, just try to keep the comment section spoiler free, please, and thank you. Tiki says hi.
Yeah. We're going to talk about general Miraculous thoughts. Well, I mean, mostly I'm going to talk about Miraculous.
My thoughts are, it's one of my favorite shows, and to the point that it inspired me to write a book series based on some of the concepts, so you guys know where I stand with this. I love it, I hate it, it's all,
yeah,
you know.
It's, you know, as you do with a favorite show.
Yeah.
I really liked it. It was very fun, very cute. The secondhand embarrassment things hit me hard because you know I'm so bad at it. I don't know why, but like it hits me so hard. I'm so bad with like secondhand embarrassment things and like some of Marinette's nonsense. It's just a lot.
Every time Casey's like, oh god, that's secondhand embarrassment, and me just like in the background like, honey, you got a big storm coming. No. Like, again, she's only watched season 1. So if you know, you know.
I'm sure it's gonna get so much worse. I think my favorite thing was like just the Miraculous powers in general and the Kwami, basically just getting to see them and like getting to see the powers and everything. I'm excited to see how the powers react together because I know that they can like combine and do combine-y things. I don't know when we see that, but combine-y things sound very fun.
It's coming.
Good.
It's coming.
Also, I just want more of them. Like, I know it's like the first season and we gotta like slowly go into it, but I wanted, you know, to see more power things earlier.
It's coming.
Okay, so my predictions on things going forward. I know bits and pieces from like Brie because she has ranted at me many a time about Miraculous.
Yeah.
As you do, you know, when you have a favorite thing.
Yeah.
So I already know that Lila's going to continue being a problem, and I can already tell you that she is my least favorite character. We only had her for 1 episode, but I already
She's only seen Volpina. She's only seen that episode.
Only seen one episode. But I already, like, I could just tell, like, as soon as she was here, I was like, oh, she's gonna be a problem. But like, you know, she was already a problem, but she's gonna be a bigger problem because now, like, she hates Ladybug, and it's gonna be a problem. And I just, why are teenage girls like this? Forward, I have no like actual thoughts. Like, I know like we get revealed and they get like undone and everything. Like, I know that happens. I know we get them like switching things, but I don't actually have any actual predictions for what's gonna happen.
Right. It's hard. When I was trying to do that for the other one, I was like, it's hard to actually predict, especially when you do know some things. It's hard to like be like, okay, I can't actually predict that because I know it.
Yeah, it's like I know some things that are gonna happen, so I don't know like what to predict it for. I just want to see more of the Kwamis. And I know we don't get as much of the Kwamis as I am going to want, because I just want like, I've already told Brie, I want like a full episode.
I know like your vibe. I know what you want, and it's not gonna satisfy you, but you will get more. You will get more.
Fanfics are coming to an AO3 near you of me just writing like what the Kwamis do every day, just their nonsense.
Right.
So I already told you, Lila's the worst. I also don't like Chloe, but Chloe makes sense to me because she is like, you know, the normal bully. She's not quite as bad.
The standard, the standard bully.
She's just
you gotta have one. It's a kid's show, like the teen show. Yeah.
However, Plag and Tiki are my favorite, even above Marinette and Adrian. Like,
yeah,
they're just my favorite. I love them so much. Yep. I particularly like when Tiki gets like judgmental or a little like sassy. That is my favorite Tiki. When she's getting a little like done with shit.
Yep.
Because she's normally like so like positive and uplifting and like everything's gonna be great.
There's some really fun Tiki moments coming for you if you like those moments. There's some really good ones.
Good. Because it's just so fun. Every time she was like a little snarky with Marinette, I was like, you could be snarkier though. Like,
Yeah, you could go the whole mile.
yeah. What we're gonna talk about is like favorite, least favorite scenes. I couldn't think about a lot of scenes in particular, but one of the moments that stuck in my brain, it was like several episodes ago now, but it's the moment where Adrian asks Marinette to sign the CD that she designed. I don't know why, but that was like the cutest fucking scene to me.
It was so cute.
So
it was so cute.
And I liked them interacting in the episode with her uncle when they're like just like talking normally. That was so nice. Like
when it's a normal situation and she acts like a normal human being.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who knew she had it in her?
Who knew? Think of many least favorite moments. I guess just like the secondhand embarrassment ones. Like I know
the cringe. Yeah.
Yeah, just like the cringe moments are just like so much.
Yeah.
I really liked some of the Marinette and Alia scenes too, that like they have some cute moments together. They have good like best friend energy.
They do, yeah. They're written pretty well.
Yeah. You were right. The Marinette and Cat Noir scenes are so cute. Like, why are they like that?
Okay, it's my favorite corner of the square.
I get it.
If there's anybody who's watching this video who hasn't watched Miraculous Ladybug, it's 2 people, but it's a square. There's 4 different dynamics.
Because they don't
it's my
know
favorite.
that the other is the superhero person and the, you know.
It's just so good. But yeah, that's my favorite one, and I have like more reasons for why, and like I will give you a more in-depth explanation of why that's my favorite when you're further in and you've seen more, but I don't want to actually spoil. My explanation would give spoilers, so to some degree.
But just like how flirty he is with her as Cat Noir when he's not really flirty with civilians normally. Like we see him talking and stuff to civilians. I can't sit back.
He's like a little bit full of himself as Cat Noir. He's like, oh yeah, like I'm so great, but like he doesn't actually like put that on anybody. You know what I mean? He's not like outwardly flirtatious. But he was with Mary.
He was.
He was with her. I'm just saying, it's there from the beginning.
I do think.
Okay, and you haven't even seen the best scenes with them. Okay, it's coming.
I'm so excited.
Don't worry, I have those on the list for reactions.
Okay, good.
Some of my favorite episodes.
Good. The dynamic I'm most excited to see, which I assume to be just sparked, I assume we will see at some point, is Marinette and Plague. I don't know why, but I feel like the 2 of them is just full chaos. Because I feel like Tiki really like keeps Marinette together sometimes, and Plague is not gonna help.
He's not the most helpful Kwame, okay, but I love him.
I also love him. They transform in plain sight. It's so funny. It drives me crazy, but also it brings me so much joy because it's
fun.
so funny.
Like every time, it's just like something to make fun of. Like it's like at this point, like you assume like the animators do it on purpose, right?
I even wrote down like it has to be a visual gag on purpose. Like it has to be.
Like. Yeah.
Because, like, the ones...
honestly, the fandom's had a lot of fun with it. You know? Like, we have a lot of fun with that. So.
Just, like, because when they're... Is it, like, the gamer one, when they're sitting in the park together? I literally thought they were going to go to opposite sides of the bench, crunch down, and transform. Like 2 feet from each other.
That's how bad it is. Like, that realistically could happen in the show.
Exactly.
That's how bad it is.
So, yeah, if you haven't seen Ladybug, that's the vibe.
It's so funny because it's like no one can see them transform. It's a secret identities.
Yeah.
But then they transform in the middle of the fucking street. And it's like, there are people. People can see you. You're in the middle of the street.
Yeah, like Marinette does it in Origins. She's just in the middle of the street. Ollie is like 2 feet away.
Right there. Yeah, because she makes that choice. She's like, I have to save Ollie. I have to stand up and take the responsibility. And it's like, yeah, but you could have hid first. You could have
like ducked, you know, around the building.
It's amazing. It's amazing that no one's found out their identity.
I feel like so many people do and just haven't come forward.
I literally, like, I have this canon thing in my head where it's like, there's got to be like a couple, or at least like just like one person who sees this all the time, but it's like, it's just like a kid. I don't know that bitch. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
like Marinette, doesn't she like run into the elevator once and transform like in the elevator?
Oh yeah,
like, there's cameras in there. They can see you.
Right? It's okay. Whoever's manning the cameras is like, none of my business.
not my monkey. It's not my monkey.
It's above my pay grade. Like,
out to me, but I did notice, and it's so funny how much it happens that they just reuse the characters in like in the episodes and like in the background or whatever.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Yeah, they do. They'll be like, oh yeah, that's that same guy from that episode who was this kid. Now he's here, and now he's this person. Like,
and I like.
Or when they reuse like the same shot of Ladybug running across the rooftops, and it's the exact same shot every time.
Shot so many times.
And
which like is fair. No shade to the animators.
I get I get it, but it's like I think the first time they repeat it, it's like literally like the next episode. Like just like space it out a little more so it's not as noticeable. But again, it's a kid show. Like kids probably aren't.
It's a kid show, and also like
you know what I mean.
26 episodes in a season isn't like an insane workload for.
Yeah,
for like the doing an animated show. Like that seems insane to me.
Yeah.
Our next is like episodes you loved and the episodes you like hated. I didn't hate any of them. Mostly, like, overall, good vibe. There were some I did not vibe with as much, and then there were some I loved. Bria already knows that Mr. Pigeon is the love of my life.
She loves Mr. Pigeon, which is great, because you're gonna see Mr. Pigeon again.
I don't know why I relate to this man so much, but I also would get akumatized because pigeons.
Me too, like, literally.
Yeah.
That would, I do love, I'm known to love a pigeon.
Exactly. You hot mouth nose when I'm on my period.
Hot mouth nose when I'm on my period. No.
Also,
He's like, oh yes, it's time. Let me go to my window. See if I can find that bitch. She's probably having a bad day.
the window monologues are so funny every time. Like,
Every time I just giggle. Like, I can't take him seriously.
I can't. And also, they don't really explain if, like, the feeling, like, the knowing that there's a negative emotion thing is part of the power, or if he just has, like, a spidey sense for it. Like,
Yeah, I think it's part of the power. Like, he can sense, because it's not just negative emotion. Like, technically, he can sense all emotions. He's just targeting negative ones.
okay.
That's like, technically, it's not an evil Miraculous.
Yeah.
He just uses it evilly.
He just
But that's, again, that's not explained. For, like, you don't see that there's, like, other ways to use it for a long time.
I also love, I'm sure for kids and also for my mom, it's not obvious who Hawkmoth is.
I keep forgetting that in season 1 it's like a secret. You're not supposed to know.
You're not supposed to know, but I feel like it's so obvious.
He doesn't even like change his voice that much either.
No.
Is the thing. But I mean, to be fair, you're not seeing like a ton of Gabriel in season 1.
No, that's true. Like
he's
you've
not
seen him a
actually
few times.
he's not like dadding around the house.
No,
You know? Like he's not
never dadded around
a
the house in his
present
life.
parent.
It was 10 years ago, right? Didn't it come
It
out
was,
in
in
2015?
fact, 10 years ago, yeah.
Happy 10 year
I've been in the
anniversary.
fandom, fucking sign me up. I was like, this looks cute, little animated show. It's gonna give me little giggles.
Then it made you
I
cry.
mean, it does. I do love it, but
The 2 episodes I was not as crazy about were, for some reason, Stormy Weather. I don't know if it was just like because it's the first one, but it just feels.
that's really interesting because people love Stormy
No,
Weather.
something feels off. I haven't gone back and rewatched it. I rewatched it with my mom, and I was like, the vibe is not the same. It's just something feels off to me.
The thing is, like, the animation in Stormy Weather is like pars above most of season 1.
Yeah.
Like, they like hit us with something really good and then like it kind of went down a little bit. And there's like way more of like the like funny animation where it's like not as like clean, and like if you pause you can see like the weirdest things happening. But like it's so clean in Stormy Weather, and I think that's part of why people really like Stormy Weather.
I actually know what the first one is. Does anyone know what the first
Well,
one is?
it's the first one to most people.
Yeah.
Some streaming services put The Bubbler as the first one. People will argue and be like, oh, like for watch order, obviously you need to watch Origins first, and I'm like, no, you shouldn't actually start with Origins.
No.
You should get in the show and then watch Origins, because Origins is way more interesting when you see where they are at now.
Yeah, and also
Starting with Origins isn't interesting.
Origins like makes you want to know more about the Kwame, and if you watch it soon, like first, and then have all of season 1 without any other Kwame, then like that's so frustrating.
I think it's just like way more interesting to see like how Ladybug and Cat met after you've seen their dynamic now, and same with Marinette and Adrian and how they met and how that dynamic has changed. Because you remember in Origins, she was fine to talk to that boy.
Right?
She thought he put gum on her seat. She was like, fuck you, buddy. And then the second he hands her that umbrella, it's like, she's like, what's wrong with me? Why can't I speak words? And it's like, yeah.
Tiki's like, I know.
Yeah.
And I was not as a fan of, which we talked about while we were watching it, was Reflecta, because it just doesn't, it doesn't make sense.
No.
Like, some of them don't make sense, and I'll allow it, but that one doesn't make sense in a way that's like, why does it not make sense?
Because Julika's thing is that, like, she feels invisible, she feels left out, people forget her, but then she makes everyone look like her when she gets akumatized, which doesn't make her stand out at all. It just puts her even, like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense. They could have, like, done that storyline and akumatization.
I thought she was gonna, like, akumatize, like, you know, hit people, and they were gonna turn invisible.
Yeah,
which
that
would
would
have
have made more sense to me. And then if, like, she was the only one that people could see, like, that would have made way more sense for, like, what she was feeling. Just like the writing was a little bit off on that one. Yeah, I agree.
Weird.
Like, the episode itself isn't bad. It's just
it's
like,
not a bad episode. It's just
the
like,
reasoning for her akumatization and then how it plays out doesn't make sense for what they wrote.
Yeah, like, listen, I suspended my disbelief and played into, like, a lot of the stuff they told me, but that one I was like, this is too far.
I'm gonna do my predictions for things that Casey, like, will or will not like, but I'm gonna do it vaguely. So if you know, you know kind of thing, because I don't want to spoiler her. I know the secondhand embarrassment, like, has already been getting to her, but the biggest scene that the fandom as a whole, there's a specific, you know what the worst secondhand embarrassment scene is if you watch the show. You know which one it is. And I don't actually think
it's gonna get to Casey as bad as some people, like, people hype it up as, like, the worst secondhand embarrassment thing to me. To me, I don't actually think it's that bad. It's not great. Like, I feel the cringe, I feel the secondhand embarrassment because of how it plays out, but, the scene itself, it's not that bad to me. I feel like, I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be as bad to you as it is to the fandom. Like, the fandom is like, I can't rewatch this episode. It's that bad. And I'm like, I don't think it's that bad. So, I will be interested to see. I don't know if that's on our list of reaction ones. I'll have to check, but I'll have to see. But if you know, you know. You know the scene. I don't want to say what it is, because then she'll know when we get to it. Like, what it, you know. And I want, like, I don't want to, like, But the fandom knows what I'm talking about, I promise you. Anyone who's a fan of Miraculous Ladybug knows exactly what scene I'm talking about. So there's new characters coming, and I think 2 of the new characters who are coming, I think you're gonna like when they come in, but there's another one who looks a lot like someone we already know. That's all I'll say. I don't know if you're gonna like that character or not. I'm not sure what your feelings on that character are gonna be, but I think you'll like the other 2. There's a lot of new characters coming, but I'm specifically talking about these 3. Because they're sooner than other characters. So it'll be interesting to see. I do have predictions for certain ships that you're gonna like, certain ship dynamics outside of the love square. Like, not talking about the love, like other things or other variations of things throughout the show. Yeah. Because there's different ones that I think, there's 2 different ones that I think you're really gonna like. And I'm really excited for you to get deep enough, because I know we're gonna get to a specific episode. You might even say it before this episode, but there's like specific episodes where there's a different dynamic, right, with different characters, and I think you're gonna be like, okay, but why not all of them? And I'm like, it's gonna happen twice, okay? I think you're gonna have that thought for 2 different 3-way ships, basically. Ooh. Like, I think you're really gonna like the dynamics that the potential there, that exists there. I think that you're gonna really like those.
You know, I love a triad ship.
So. And then my other thing was just, like, I don't know if, like, as you get deeper, if my favorite corner of the square is going to be your favorite corner. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know. I feel like you're going to be probably just Lady Noir is probably going to be your favorite dynamic, which is, like, the most forefront one. And it is really good.
It's really good. But also, like, currently, like, I know you said that it doesn't get as much screen time and it's not as good, but, like, the possibilities of the, like, Ladybug Adrian corner, I know, like, it's the least popular. Ladrian.
Yeah.
The House Ladrian.
It is the worst ship, far and wide. People will disagree. There are people who like it. The thing is, I don't like it in the show.
Exactly.
The potential of, like, what people could do within fanfic, totally down for. Like, I can see the potential of it. I don't dislike the ship itself. I just don't like how it's played out in the show. Yeah. So in canon, as far as the ships, like, what you'll like the most, as far as what we do see, I think Lady Noir is probably going to be your favorite, but I feel like, I don't know. I mean, like, Adrianette might also be. Yeah, I don't know if you're going to like Marichat as much as I do.
I mean, they're really cute so far.
There is some strong Marichat stuff coming up that might really get you going, so
I love
who knows?
That, yeah. See, the thing is, though, is, like...
You know what I'm writing in my series.
I do.
So,
but, like...
You know how I feel about this.
The stuff that's in canon doesn't always get me the most. It's the stuff that, like, the possibilities of the other stuff.
Well, no, I know. I'm saying as far as what is canon that you'll like the most of what's canon. I'm not saying what you're going to want to go do on fanfic and, like, read and write. I'm saying, what's your favorite thing that is a canon thing, is what I'm saying. Like, the canon dynamics. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying, like, the potential because they didn't do it right. I'm saying, like, what is done in the show and that you liking that. Yeah. That's what I mean by that. Because obviously, there's a whole other world out there. Yeah, I think that's all my predictions for you so far, without getting, like, too spoilery or too deep into things. Yes, and then we'll probably do these, like, summary wrap-ups for each season, presumably. Yeah. We'll try to anyways, so. Yeah.
And the next episode of Miraculous we're going to react to is the 3rd one of season 2.
Is Glaciator? Is that right? Yes. It's a good episode. There you have it.
Yes. Thank you for watching. We will have the same season 1 wrap up for 911 soon, or maybe it's already out. I don't know which order they're going up in. Who can say? No one knows.
I don't know. No one knows.
And hopefully Disney lets us put the reactions up as well. There's that. Yeah. Please, mouse overlord. For watching, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment down below of what your favorite episode is in season 1 of Miraculous, and also if you have any fan fiction that you want me to read.
Also, let me know your favorite corner of the love square.
Oh yeah, the favorite corner of the love square.
How many Ladrian shippers are in the chat right now? Hit us up.
Listen, it could be so good. There's so much potential.
I mean, no, there are people who ship it. It is just as far as the corners of the fandom I'm actively in and see, it's on the bottom of the list.
Which makes sense because they just made her.
There's the least amount of it as well, like in the show. Like you see the least of it in canon
which is
too.
fine.
Is the thing.
It would be fun.
So.
Okay.
It'd be fun if they wrote it correctly.
It would be fun if, exactly, it would be fun if they did it right.
See, I have beef with it for a reason.
Watching.
Okay. See you guys next time.
Life Before Death Radiance.
Bye.
Bye.